Hello, friend. Happy Wednesday. No, what am I saying? Happy Tuesday, and welcome to day 6 of my daily. Well, this entire month, I am going live here on my YouTube channel at Mac Leadership Academy and also on Instagram. Okay. And I am trying to make sure that it works because I'm using StreamYard and sometimes the internet does not want to cooperate. So hopefully you can see me on Instagram. It's showing that I'm live. If you're here, say hello in the chat. If you are a first-time home buyer, drop a 1 in the chat. Oh my goodness, I can't speak today. So drop a 1 in the chat if you are a first-time home buyer, because today I'm going to talk about how you can stay motivated while you're going through this process, because I definitely understand it can be overwhelming. I was there before. I was there at one point where I purchased my first home, and it can be stressful. So I want to just kind of share some tips with you today of how you can maintain your emotional regulations as you go through your real estate journey. So come on in, drop in the chat, say hello, let me know where you're joining me from. And again, if you're a first-time home buyer and you're looking to purchase a home this year, whether that's in the next 60 days, 90 days, 6 months, 8 months, or before the year is over, drop a 1 in the chat. And as you all come in, if you are like, hey, I already purchased a home and I'm just looking to see what's going on in the market, drop a 2, okay? Drop a 2. If you're just here just to check it out, drop a 3, okay? All right, welcome everyone. I am Shevvy Mac, and I am with KW Montgomery here in Alabama, and I'm a realtor and Air Force veteran. After 22 years of serving in the United States Air Force, I decided to tap into my second business, which is being a real estate agent, a realtor. So I'm excited to just be on this journey to serve and educate you to buy and sell your home, but also make the best decision that serves you during your real estate journey. Okay. So if you are a military member, definitely connect with me, because I would love to support you, because I definitely understand the challenges that comes with moving from one base to the next, especially when you have little ones. So definitely, if you would love to get support from another veteran person, a veteran realtor to support you in your home buying process, definitely reach out. I will be happy to support you. All right. So today I'm going to just talk about how, when it comes to first-time home buyer, being a first-time home buyer, there's a lot of things that you are thinking about, a lot of things that you are desiring for that specific home, which can be overwhelming. And you're getting all these different ideas from different individuals, different inputs, different thought processes. And then you're also doing a lot of research on YouTube. You're doing a lot of research on Google about the first-time home buying process, which can be overwhelming because a lot of information is coming into you right now. So I just want to share some tips of what you can start implementing to make sure that you don't get so overwhelmed and feel defeated, because it can be a little hectic for you as a first-time home buyer. Because I know when I went through my process, I did feel a little pressure, and also I was in a time crunch. So that impacted how I moved in my journey of purchasing my first home. And even like one of my sisters, she is, on the journey, and she's been on a journey for a couple years, y'all. And I'm like, girl, just pull the trigger and do what you need to do. But sometimes we get into analysis paralysis, where we continue to just searching and looking for stuff and waiting for the interest rate to drop, and we're looking for this and looking for that, and nothing happens, and you don't ever pull that trigger, which also adds to the overwhelm and the frustration that you may be feeling. So as a first-time home buyer, these are some things that I would love for you to start thinking about and also implementing. Okay. So the first thing is to plan. And I know sometimes, I don't feel like you have to plan for every single thing, but in this situation, really plan out, okay, what is the time frame that I have to purchase a specific home? And when you plan, I'm not saying plan, everything has to be detailed out, everything has to be written out. Just create a simple plan that's easy to follow, that keeps you in line with where you're going to be doing, what you're going to be doing next. So really look at, okay, what is the plan for me for the next 6 months in a sense of purchasing my first home? What is the location that I'm looking to purchase my first home in? who also look at the financial costs that I'm willing to spend to acquire my first home, which I kind of talked about in another live. Like really looking at, okay, what is my budget? Like really planning, because sometimes we get approved for a certain amount of money and it's like, oh, we can buy all this home for 300K, but depending on your state, like here in Alabama, depending on your the market demands, of course, is going to let you know whether or not and what you're looking for, whether this house is going to be 250,000 or 350 or 400, close to $500,000 or more. So it all depends what you're looking for. So be realistic in your plan, because sometimes we have this grandiose vision of, hey, this is what I want as a first-time home buyer, but then financially we can't afford it. So be realistic. So plan, and also be realistic with your expectations of what is it that you truly can afford for that specific home. Because when you're realistic in what you can afford, then your expectation is not way up here, like, you can't see my hand, but it's not way up here to where you're like, man, I had my expectations on purchasing this specific home, and now I can, it's gone. Because you have to look at other people are shopping in the market for a home, and some people who has purchased multiple homes before, they already have the income to probably purchase another property. And you, as a first-time home buyer, you are building, you've saved up, you have great credit, or you're building your credit, and you are approved for a certain amount. Because the bank is not going to approve you for a crazy amount, because they're looking at you as a risk factor, because you're a first-time home buyer, and they want to make sure that you are able to afford the monthly mortgage and all the additional things within that, that encompasses maintaining a home. So be realistic about your expectations. And then also, the biggest thing that's going to help you to regulate your emotions during this process of finding that first home is having the right realtor for you. Yes. And sometimes, you may have recommendations from a friend or a family to say, hey, this person I recommend to go have a conversation with, because they have served me great. But then this person might not be the person for you. And how do you know if this person is for you? One, you have to make sure, is this person really having a conversation with you, or are they just telling you, hey, this is what you need to do? Or are they really listening to you to hear what you have to say, what you have to share, what are your desire, and what is like your number one goal in purchasing this home? Like, are they really being intentional about your needs, not just theirs? Because you may have some realtors who is just really pushy. And I'll share very quickly, like my sister, she's in a market to purchase a home in, where she's located. And the potential realtor, is really like pushing her to just kind of like pull the trigger. And she's like, whoa. And as a realtor, I'm like, no, like, he is working for you. Like, he should not be pressuring you to purchase the specific home, or just go with whatever, based on your budget, because they're just trying to close the sale. They're just trying to get the deal. And if you're with a realtor who is in that place, thank you, Just Love You Lace, for joining, who is just pushing you to just kind of make a decision. And yes, you want to make a decision, but you want to make sure that that decision is that you're making is going to serve you best. Okay. And so definitely make sure that the realtor that you have is really looking out for your best interests. He or she is making sure that you are informed, you have the documentation that you need, you are getting back the information that they need from you, and they're really keeping you up to speed of what's going on in the market, because they know that you're pre-approved. They know that you have the letter, and they're going to take you seriously. But if you feel like you're with a realtor right now and this person is just kind of, you're working harder than the realtor, then it's time to fire that realtor. Okay. Like, because all of that, if you are working harder than the realtor, that is going to add to the overwhelm that you're feeling as a first-time home buyer, because you feel like you're not going to have that. You don't have that support. You really don't have the support of that realtor who should be the expert to educate you and make sure that you have what you need you are able to get your questions answered because he or she is there to support you. So as you navigate the home buying process, really look at how can I maintain my emotional regulations? How can I not get myself so worked up or feel overwhelmed and stressed, because you still have your job, you still have your family maybe, and then you're still out looking, looking for homes, or you're on Google or Zillow looking for homes. Like, you need to make sure that you plan, you be realistic, and have a realtor who puts your priority before theirs. Because as a realtor, they need to make sure that they are providing you with the services to make sure that you have the best experience, okay? So that they are able to earn your services. All right, any questions? And this was all about just kind of sharing very quickly how you can kind of reduce that emotional fatigue and overwhelm, because sometimes it can be daunting as a first-time home buyer, because there's a lot of information coming your way. There's a lot of resources. You have a lot of questions that maybe are not being answered. You may not have the right support from a realtor. So it can be a lot. So don't try to do this on your own. And you can, if you want, by all means, if you feel like, hey, I can do this on my own. But I highly recommend for you to get with a realtor, whether you're here in the Montgomery, Prattville area or the Wetumpka area, the Tri area, then definitely you can reach out to me, or you can reach out to your realtor to make sure that you get the right support. Okay. So as you continue on this journey, stay motivated until you're able to find that home that best fit your needs. Okay. Don't feel the pressure of that realtor who is maybe pushing you to just go ahead and just pick a house. No, like, fire that person if you have to, or let them know, him or her, like, hey, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I need from you as my realtor. So be able to voice your concerns, and hopefully he or she is listening. Okay. So I am going to continue to show up here because I want to make sure that as a first-time home buyer, that you have the knowledge, but also the awareness to make the best choice for you as a first-time home buyer. Okay, because I had a realtor, which was good, but I didn't have, all the things. Looking back, things could have been done differently, because I felt a little pressure from her, but also I was on a time crunch as well too. But as you continue your journey, if you have any questions for me and you are in the Montgomery and tri-state area here in Montgomery, Alabama, and you would love to reach out to me, you can click the link in my bio. If you are on Instagram and book a free consultation, or if you are on YouTube, you can just send me a message and I will connect with you, and we can hop on a call, we can connect, and I can share with you what's going on, or and you can let me know how you would love to be serviced. So yes, that is it for today. I'm here every day. Today was a busy day, and y'all, I didn't want to, I was like, okay, I'm tired, but I'm going to show up because I'm committed to making sure that I show up every single day and give you my insight, my thought process as a first-time home buyer. Okay. And as your veteran realtor as well too, if you are a military member, PCSing. When I say PCSing, that means transitioning from one base to another base. If you are coming to Maxwell Air Force Base, or PCSing or moving from Maxwell Air Force Base, and you're looking to sell or purchase a home, then I invite you to reach out to me, because I would love to support you as well, because I definitely understand the importance and challenge of moving with a family and not having somewhere to live, or at least learn about the neighborhood. So definitely reach out, and I will see you all. Oh, I do have a question from Just Love You Legs. What is the best way to let someone know that you're feeling pressure and you want to draw things back? The best way is just to be yourself. Like, really set up a meeting with that person. It could be through phone. I don't recommend a text unless you want to text them, but I recommend a phone call or in-person conversation. And I think when you set that expectations up front, as you hire that realtor, you're already setting the foundation for them. Just like that realtor is going to set the foundation of what they expect from you as a buyer, to ensure that it's a win-win situation for you and that person as well too. So the biggest thing is just to have the confidence to let that person know, hey, this is what I'm feeling, but this is what I was expecting from you as my realtor. And hopefully he or she understand like, okay, you right, I am not showing up as the best realtor because maybe life is happening for that person. But now that you made it aware to them, now they can be like, okay, let me get my ish together. Let me let me get back into my flow, because you never know what's going on. But having that conversation and trusting yourself to have that conversation is going to be key, because you don't want to continue to work with someone who is not supporting you in the level that you want to be supported as a first time home buyer, because that's going to allow you to be in the overwhelm over and over, and then you're going to get frustrated, then you're going to just give up the process and say, okay, well, the home buying journey was crappy, it was, whatever the case may be. But you don't want to be that way. You don't want to be in that situation. You want to be able to have those conversations, talk to your realtor, and have a honest conversation. And hopefully he or she understands like, hey, yeah, I dropped the ball. Let me get my ish together. Okay, so thank you for that question, lovely Lays. Thank you for joining. Definitely appreciate you. But yes, if there are any questions that you have on, home buying, home selling, I highly recommend that you reach out. I would love to answer your questions, and I would love to support you if you are in the Montgomery and surrounding areas. Yes, if there are no other questions, again, hashtag replay. If you are a first-time home buyer and you're looking to purchase a home in the next, this year, I will say, then definitely drop a 1 in the chat. If you're like, hey, I've already purchased a home, but I'm considering buying or selling, then drop a 2. All right. So, well, thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you all tomorrow. And I may go live earlier tomorrow. So, but I want to thank you all for joining me on day 6, and we have several more days to go. All right. Happy Tuesday, y'all, and see y'all tomorrow.